All right, so hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Lawrence, and I am hosting tonight's episode of Madrid Talk PH, the official Madridista talk show of the Peña Madridista Filipinas. So it's been a while since our last episode, and I'm very excited that we are having this again. I can't wait to hear your takes tonight regarding our topic, which is La Decimocuarta, Real Madrid's 14th Champions League trophy. Real Madrid, the club that we support dearly, are now 14 times winner of the most prestigious competition there is in football. So before anything else, let me just greet you all. Congratulations. This season was not perfect, but with Madridistas like you guys, things are easier even if we are losing. So we lose together and we definitely celebrate together. So Madridistas, congratulations on an amazing season.
Woo!
All right.
Madrid!
So, Ala Madrid, nada más. Hasta el final, right, guys?
Hola Madrid.
So yeah, let's get things going. First, let's talk about the match. Heading into the match, many people are talking that we are underdogs, but I think we embraced that perfectly, and I think we shut up a lot of haters. Let's go with let me start with Alan, who's in New York right now. Alan, going into the match, what were your feeling? What were your thoughts heading into the match in the final?
You know what? I haven't told you guys this, but just before the match, the match got delayed for 30 minutes, right? And I was at the bar already like 30 minutes before actual kickoff time, but it got extended to 30 minutes. But during the time that I was waiting until the first kick of the game, dude, I was just like filled with emotions. I'm like, how did we even get here? I mean, yes, we are Real Madrid, and we always, of
Yeah.
course, aim to win. But I'm like, us, Real Madrid, playing in the 14th final without Zidane, without Ronaldo, without Ramos, without
Yeah.
Varane, without all these, you know, great players that we missed before, and with a relatively new squad, a new team. But of course, we still have the core midfield there. Um, of course, the addition of Courtois, Mendy, Alaba, of course, Vini and Rodrigo, and of course Valverde. We still have like a good core, but I mean, just like I just couldn't believe we were in the final, and I was just like filled with emotions. I actually like almost cried. Like I was like almost in tears, just like for waiting for the game to kick off. But yeah, that was my initial emotions. But great game, great result, great victory, and
Yeah.
we're the champions.
Of course, yeah. So Alan is in disbelief that we were even in the final, but for sure, you definitely believe that we're gonna win it once we are in the final, right?
You know what? I mean, just be like, I mean, of course, as a Real Madrid fan, we don't. There's a saying, we don't play finals, we win finals. But
Mm-hmm.
first half of Liverpool, I mean, they had more chances, they had more shots.
Mm-hmm.
They were definitely the better team. But football is 90 minutes.
Yeah.
People call Real Madrid lucky, but football is 90 minutes. You could dominate 88 minutes of the whole game, but if you like stop playing in the last 2 minutes, I mean, it's like boxing.
Yep.
30 seconds left. One haymaker from Muhammad Ali, you, you're
Done.
dead, right? You're
Yeah.
done. You're done.
All right. Thank you, Alan. So Alan, I believe, watched this from a bar. Now, I want to hear from someone who watched this at our HQ in QC. Renz, how was it like in our QC? I mean, in our HQ in QC. What was the vibe like during the match?
Yeah, it's really surreal to be watching it with Comadridistas. And I can
Mhm.
feel the tension a few minutes before the match. Alala ko si Gian, nakatayo kami. Kahit 30 minutes na delayed yon, di pa nag-start,
Yeah.
nakatayo na kami along with our two Latino friends. Because we're just standing out of the tension because it's already starting. At that time, I was really excited and yet really nervous because watching the game, watching the game is different alone and
Yeah,
with home.
true.
I mean, I've watched the three pit alone in the house, and I remember just trying not to shout, trying not to shout just
Yeah.
to avoid waking up our neighbors at that time. And this time, it's really fun, especially when we are seeing Courtois making those incredible saves in the first half. Like you can't even imagine the magnitude of those saves because those were the saves that really won us the game. Yung
Yep.
parang pumapalakpak tayo, we're clapping it, we're clapping throughout the game. We're all tense. I think it was caught on CCTV on the HQ during
Yeah.
the build up to the goal, where everyone is really screaming and shouting because it's really a good goal. That run from Valverde, that part from Vini scoring the goal. Valverde is saying that it was supposed to be a shot, but still, it's still a good counter attacking football. And the way that the game is played, the way that the game is built up, it's really exciting. And Alan was right. Football is 90 minutes.
Yes.
Everyone, even the pundits are saying that if it's a boxing match, Real Madrid will be losing. But it's sometimes it's the knockout punch that finishes the game and not the whole
Exactly.
not the whole game, not the whole boxing match. It's the knockout punch, and Real Madrid delivered the knockout punch. Let's say it, and they almost delivered another goal from Ceballos, another goal from Casemiro. Those are the little things that you want to see, but all in all, it's really a good game, despite it being just 1-0. It is a thrilling game, I must say.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Renzo. Yeah, it's amazing that we are now able to watch in person or at the bars again. It's been almost 2 years, more than 2 years since we last had a viewing at a bar. So shout out to Angel as well for giving us that opportunity to have our own Peña HQ. So shout out to Angel who's not here tonight. So let me go to someone who also watched the final from home. Omar, um, give me your thoughts on the final.
Um, I was, yeah, definitely I'm confident. My prediction is 2-1, but I don't know for who because I'm
Mhm.
not confident at all. Um, yeah, I was chatting while the match was ongoing, and it's frustrating that Courtois had to make a lot of saves. Like how many is that? 9 saves in one single match. So that's frustrating. And then I have experience being a goalkeeper in the last in the last couple madrasa. It's frustrating when you have to save a lot of things coming on your way, and that's when you know that the thing your team is something's off. So technically that's that. And when Vinicius scored the goal, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but when Vinny scored the goal, I of course I had to post the moment that he scored the goal because
Yep.
the
Yep.
Peña has this post the goal wherein when a player scores. I put on minute 55 when he scored 59 because I didn't know what's happening. It just came on like that, and Vinicius has scored. They were celebrating, and I was close to crying and all that because yeah, it felt different without Cristiano in the UCL final. Your confidence decreases because it's different with Cristiano back then, and I was used to with the Real Madrid playing with Cristiano. So yeah, it felt different and unique. It was a fun experience. But that's all.
Thanks, Omar. Okay, how about you? How about you, Gian? What does this recent victory over Liverpool in the UCL final? What does this mean to you as a Madridista?
Um, Definitely, it means that our team is still on the top. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter who left, uh, uh, who which players remained on our team. We're still on the top. Especially if you compare our team from last year with several injuries. We have a new manager right now, so overall, the future is really bright, and we know
Yeah.
even if we're already on the top kings of Europe, we know that we still have a lot of players or positions that need to be improved or filled. So I guess future is bright, but we still have a lot of things to improve. That's my take.
Nice, nice. Thank you, Gian. Now I want to hear from Tony Kroos's number one fan in the Peña. How about Owen? Kumusta when you were watching the match? I'm sure you were just alone that time, right, at home.
Actually, sumisilip-silip lang ako sa social media kasi I was, the next day kasi dapat alis kami ng maaga. So,
Mhm.
may lakad kami ng maaga. So, I have to sleep early. Pero hindi ako talaga makatulog sa excitement.
Yeah.
So, maya-maya sumisilip ako sa social media, sa Twitter at saka sa ano natin, Messenger natin kung anong nangyayari. Eh, hanggang first half lang ako tapos second half medyo nakatulog na ako.
Oh
Pero
no!
oo, pero kasi
Come
talaga
on, bro.
hindi kasi I have to sleep kasi meron nga akong family I have to leave the house 7 AM to be with my family. Eh, siyempre 3 o'clock 'yun. At least kahit papaano mahirap, eh, pero ang excitement ko talaga nandun tapos sana kung puwede lang gumising, eh, hindi. Pero ay nung ano pa rin, pero 'pag gising ko unang-una kong binuksan, ano nangyari? Yun titili ako sa loob ng kwarto ko. Buti na lang ako lang nasa loob ng kwarto, ayun. Tapos yun talagang ano ko, excited, kabado, pero alam ko parang this is our year, parang yun ang kutob ko talaga, this is our year. So, ayun magandang ano ko, gising ko talaga nun, ayun. Pero ayun, yun pa rin marami akong na-miss of course, yung goal, yung celebration. Pero I'm so happy that this happened na nakuha ulit natin yung, ah, UCL natin, ayun.
Yes, sir. All right. So thank you, Owen. How about you? How about you, Lem? How does this compare to our previous victories? 2017, 2016, 17, 18, and then we missed it the previous 2 years. No, a couple of years or so. Then we won it again without Zizou, without Cristiano, a lot of players, without Sergio as well. How does this compare to our previous victories?
Actually, Lore, yun nga, yung main difference was we have no Zidane. Actually, may Ancelotti yung during that 2013, 2014.
2014, yeah.
Pero, yun nga, Cristiano yung big game changer. Pero, siguro yung chemistry ngayon, kasi we have no big players. Unlike, siguro kay Courtois na above 6. I think Eder Militao is siguro nasa 6 or 5'11", pero we are lacking nung tallest players. Pero I think yung chemistry natin mixed with the young guns, tsaka siguro yung drive din ng team na makuha yung UCL. I remember din kay meron kaming usapan ni Crispy nun kasi everybody's we're afraid nung sino makakaharap natin during the knockout stages. Like, nung
Mhm.
sinabi ko sa kanya na ang biro ko pa noon, sabi ko, basta PSG kasi PSG was one of the favorites to win the
Favorites.
final. Pero sabi ko, at least matalo natin yung PSG. I think makukuha natin yung UCL. And actually after the match nung final, sinabi ko rin sa kanya yon na, ano sabi ko sa'yo, di ba? Kailangan matalo lang natin PSG, panalo tayo. So, ayun, parang natuwa rin talaga si Chris nun. So, yun lang.
It was exactly what Luka Modric said as well, right? If we
Yep.
win against PSG, we'll get the UCL this year.
Yep.
Nice.
Mixed with the drama as well.
Crazy drama as well. so semifinals, quarters.
Mm.
All right, let's hear from AIDS as well. AIDS, your thoughts on the final?
Well, the final, yeah, it's simply magical considering how many shots Liverpool made, how many shots Courtois saved. But I mean, we had the lesser possession. I mean, throughout the entire game, we also had the lesser chances. But that magical moment from Fede Valverde to Vinicius. I mean, it made it work. And it made me especially proud because I've been wearing Vinny's number that night. So I mean, I've been a fan of Vinicius ever since he improved. So it made me really happy and also, of course, really proud because he made that or he scored that goal that won us our 14th Champions League title.
Nice. Thanks. I want to go back to Omar because he mentioned about Thibaut Courtois, which is somewhat that we really have to talk about because he's the man of the match. 8 or 9 saves in the final. That's crazy numbers for a goalkeeper. Well, legendary 9, right? Legendary status. So Omar, you played in the Copa Madrazo last May.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just recently. As a goalkeeper, did you gain more respect to Courtois after you played the Copa Madrazo, knowing that how hard it is to save goals? I mean, how hard is it to stop shots?
Yeah. Of course. During the night when he won the what do you call it? The Zamora Trophy back in 1920. That's the moment where my respect for him was really high because his 18-19 season was really a horror season. So yeah, it's when he won the Zamora Trophy back and one season after that, then it's really good that he managed to bounce back. But going back to your question, if like what I said, it's a frustrating one to welcome lots of shots and when you're a goalkeeper. No wonder Courtois was really frustrated. You can see him shouting when you watch the match because
Yes.
the defense should not allow the opponents shoot from that distance, create chances like that. So yeah, it's frustrating to have a defense like that, and I understand that. And so yeah, well, turns out, of course, I'm not Courtois. I couldn't make 9 saves in a match. So yeah, that's.
Ilan ba saves mo nun, bro? Sa Copa?
Hindi ko binilang eh. It's just.
Uy, dami. Yeah, I think you had
Hindi siya binilang.
plenty of saves.
That pala binilang oh. But yeah, that's the frustrating part there. The fact that you have to face a lot of shots. But even though that's the part of the job, but still it is frustrating.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I think Alan raised his hand. Yeah, go ahead, Alan.
Yeah. I get what Omar is coming from. Courtois being frustrated, but I think our defenders should not to downplay them, but I think they still did a pretty great job. Their positioning. I think their positioning it really helps Courtois as well. Like they would position themselves at a spot where Courtois could only focus on a specific area on where to save. Like just like decreasing the chances of the goals, like just because of their positioning. So I still think Mendy, Militao, Alaba, and of course Carvajal. Bro, where was that Carvajal the whole season? And it's a good thing that we had that version of Carvajal during the final, because if we had a version of Carvajal before that, I'm pretty sure we would have lost that match. But I mean, I
Mhm.
think our defenders still did a pretty great job overall. And going back to Rennes, yeah, we did not really had a great first half, but whenever Courtois made a save, every save we celebrated as a goal, right? Like every time Courtois made a save, goal. that was the feeling. That was the feeling.
All right, and I believe Albert has joined us as well. Attorney Albert, go ahead.
Hello, yeah. Congrats again to us.
Congrats as well.
uh, I I have I disagree with the notion that our defense played poorly. Uh, if you watch the match again, Casemiro, Alaba, Militao, like Alan said, of course, Carvajal, they were in the right place where they were needed to be. Uh, Salah, Mane, and Diaz are
Yes.
currently the three best attackers, I think, collectively in the world, not in the past month or so. So they will be getting their shots. Also, it doesn't help that we are not really attacking. We're not keeping possession well.
Mhm.
So it will really result in Liverpool dominating huge parts of the possession. And of course, they will be getting the chances. Because if you look at Courtois' saves, like Alan said, mostly it was near post, di ba?
Yeah.
But of course, they were all impressive. Lalo na yung kay Mane. I don't think any go, maybe Prime Neuer or Prime Iker could have saved that. But that when he tipped that Mane shot to the post, that was one of the best saves I've ever seen watching
Yes,
football.
sir.
You know,
In a final
and
too, right?
in the final too. So I think Courtois. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I think he's a better keeper than Keylor Navas ever was for Real Madrid, because Navas. I love Navas. I mean, of course, who doesn't love that Puro Vida? Um,
Yeah.
but he's too inconsistent. We almost lost to the Juventus in 2018. I think yung last diba, we almost blew a 3-0 lead because he fumbled a couple of easy saves. But Courtois has been nothing but consistent all throughout the season.
Yeah.
Should be top 5, I think, in Ballon d'Or, right? So yeah, there. A win is a win. So I think Ancelotti had the tactics spot on. Should have won 2-0, diba? Because Benzema's goal was disallowed, and Casemiro should have shot on that yung free set piece,
Yeah,
right?
that last chance. Yeah.
And Ceballos had a one-on-one. Vini should have been onside in some of the late what do you call this, late game when Liverpool was really up the field. So overall, I think I really don't understand those ESPN folks saying Liverpool won by points in boxing or whatever uh, excuse they want to come up with. So great win. Really proud of our team. Probably my second favorite Real Madrid team of all time.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Bert. Now, before I go to those that raised their hands, let me also bring on Alvin, who's just joined us as well. Alvin, what are your thoughts on the recent UCL victory of our Real Madrid?
Hi, hello guys. Good evening.
Hello.
I just joined. Anyway, I remember, they have said a while back that if that game was a if that game is a boxing match, Liverpool would have won. But in boxing, if you had that one punch KO, you're done, right? And that's the goal,
Yeah.
right? And by the way, that goal is the first was the first shot on target for our team, right? If I'm
I
not
think it is.
mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a goal. So that's the one punch to the Liverpool team. Credit to those guys who created that goal. Valverde provided the assist. I think it was an assist, not a shot on goal. Because if it was a shot on goal, it would be out wide. But Vinicius was there, at the right place at the right time, right? And Courtois did well, really, really well. I'm surprised that he had great saves, especially that shot on goal by Mane and another one on Salah on the near post. If you got beaten on the near post, if you're the goalkeeper, you'll be very, very embarrassed, right? You should be
Yeah.
saving that. But Courtois did really well, and some folks, got the shot on goal, but hitting the post, you know, saved by Courtois, and the defense. I think they did well. It's just that the Liverpool attackers are also are also going to it. The performance of those attackers from Liverpool is really, really good for me. But as you have said, a goal is a goal, a win is a win. So we'll be
It's
taking
very
that all day. Yeah, right. What about those midfielder? I think Modric played the whole match, right? I'm
No, no,
still
no. He
no.
was subbed off at
I
the
was
dying
subbed
minutes.
off. Yeah,
Yeah, but more than
he's
90 minutes for sure.
yeah
Yeah.
he's aging like a fine wine, right?
Yeah.
Still very, very influential in that midfield, but not too much. Especially when he's very influential in that PSG game, right? That second leg, he was very influential in there. And also Cruz, the old guys in the midfield, they did really well. And Valverde stepping up for them. For me, the future of our midfield is really, really bright in there. And also Vini is really is really intent in making a statement in the Champions League. So he did that with a goal, right place at the right time again. So kudos to all of us. A win is a win. We'll take that all day. Whatever those folks at the ESPN pundits will say, I don't care about them anymore. They're just as I've been saying for many, many years now. English media is just all hype, no success. Okay, that's just they'll be just hyping their team all the way. You don't expect them to cheer for us, to cheer for our team. You don't expect them to do that. We just prove to them that we are better, despite of those key player departures. Despite of injuries, we're proving them wrong, and that's the very, very good thing. So that's it. Thank you.
All right. So thanks, Alvin, and I believe Renz raised his hand earlier. Go ahead, Renz.
Yeah, a lot of takes taken. I agree with everyone that with our defense, we did a good job. Even Casemiro was dropping down in the middle of the park, dropping down, assisting the central defenders. Just that the way I saw the game, the Liverpool attackers were the most informed attacking trio now in the world. Even though they choke in finals because they didn't really score in their own final wins. Um, but they're one of the most informed attacking trios in the world right now. So it's really given that they'll have their shots on goal. It's just, yeah, I agree. Positioning of our defenders are really good that allowed Courtois to make those saves. And imagine that Sadio Mane shot that was supposed to go in, but still Courtois reached it. It's from the lores of Real Madrid history now. That save, that punch to the near post, and with the midfield that we have, imagine it's still those three who still won us the Champions League. But still, Cruz,
Same personnel.
Modric, the same personnel. Even though we have our young guns, we have Valverde, we have Camavinga, it's still those three who still won us the Champions League. It just
Yes.
shows their quality. And it just shows Modric knows how to play his role and accept that he doesn't really have to play all the games anymore. But in the most important games, he really shows up and allows us to see his class. And he's not a Ballon d'Or for nothing because we all know that he won it for a reason. And that what what's really striking to me is that Ancelotti made Valverde the right inverted right winger. That decision alone for me was a little bit of a risk because Valverde is a natural central midfielder, but
Mhm.
with the Liverpool's left side attack composed of Andy Robertson and Luis Diaz, you really have to have an extra defender on that side that can also one mark the left back and assist the right back, assist Carvajal. And they did a good job. Especially they're trying to take advantage of Valverde's athleticism. Valverde can run. Valverde can run. And we also saw it, how he ran on the right side, gave Vini that assist, and allowed that game-winning goal to really stand on to stand. And I think the turnaround of the game was that offside goal by Benzema. It really put the
I
fear
think
in
so
the
too.
hearts of it really
Yeah.
put the fear in the hearts of the Liverpool defense because they're really trying to understand why that chance happened. It's also from our trademark contact. So it's really one of the most frightening offside goals that the Liverpool side saw, and that was it. When that goal came in, even though it was really disappointing that they called it offside, and
Yeah.
rightfully so, actually, I tried to really understand how, and rightfully so, it was really an offside. When that goal offside goal happened, it turned things around for Madrid.
Yeah, I think I had the same sentiments. They were never Liverpool were never the same after that um wake up call. So yeah, go ahead, Omar. You raise your hand.
Um, I just want to, I know, I agree that our defense played well. Alaba just coming back from his injury. Um, Also Carvajal pocketing um in Dota. So yeah, it's um exceptional defense play. Um, I'm clarifying this because I said Courtois being frustrated, and I think that's as the goalkeeper, it's normal for a goalkeeper to be
Mhm.
frustrated even if his or her defense are doing well, because maybe it's also the adrenaline. It's a UCL final. If us fans were frustrated when we couldn't control the possession and Liverpool just keeps putting shots after shots against us, it was frustrating for us fans. What more to Courtois, who had
Yeah.
to face those shots. So yeah, it's just a normal tendency that was pretty normal for him to be frustrated. Not on the of course not on the defense, maybe that time. So yeah, that's all.
Nice, nice, thanks. I want to hear from Lem. Lem, so you watched at our Peña HQ. What was the place like when Vini finally scored?
Actu actually, ang pinakamasayang part diyan was natupad namin nila AIDS yung pinaka-motive namin na maging ultras that night. So, ayun lang, nabigla kami lahat. We are very surprised din na iba yung feeling na may maka-goal. Like, galing
Mhm.
sa ating team tapos sama-sama kami nagse-celebrate. And it was truly magical din dahil after that disallowed goal from Benz, syempre frustrating yun eh, yung buong
Yeah.
first half. Then after that goal from Vini, parang uminom na kami ng todo. So sobrang saya lang.
Yeah, I envy you guys because I was just stuck at home without any beer to celebrate. I believe attorney Albert was as well. He was not able to go. So how was it, Albert?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, had to take care of our baby during the final
Yeah.
two. Pero, well, I'm not to sound overconfident, but during the first half and maybe even after we scored the goal, I was really not that worried because I think Courtois was spectacular and all that.
Mhm.
And when the disallowed Benzema goal, um, actually that's a goal because on the offside, the last defender wouldn't matter because it was Fabinho, right, who kicked the ball to Benzema. It was not intentional. It was
Yeah, came off
unintentional.
Fabinho.
It was a tackle, or of course he wouldn't. Yung tawag dito, yung justification ng ibang pundits, why would Fabinho pass the ball down? It doesn't work like that. If there's a contact from the defender and it's a tackle and goes straight to the defender, to the opposing striker or any player, the offside rule wouldn't matter, diba? So I really couldn't
Mhm.
understand. But after that, I said, makakarma din tong UEFA VAR na to. Napaka-useless and everything. So after Vini scored, of course, silent scream because baka magising baby ko.
Yeah,
And
the struggles, man.
medyo naging nervy lang ako nung mga 75 to 80 minutes. I was like shouting na malapit sa screen lang na parang, Carlo, please bring on Camavinga, bring on new midfielder kasi medyo napapagod na si Modric. Nakikita ko si Cruz, medyo napapagod na din. Just bring on
Mhm.
somebody, maybe put Fede back in the midfield kasi medyo parang kinakapos na tayo. And but yung threat ni Vini and Benz to go sa counter really stifled also Liverpool. Tapos yun nga, medyo napadabog ako nung ginawa ni Casemiro. What are you doing, man? So,
Sayang,
free
yeah.
libre siya eh. Anyway. So, ayun lang. I was really more worried nung time sa Man City kasi yung Man City ni midfield, De Bruyne, Rodri, Bernardo Silva could go toe-to-toe kasi with our midfield. Itong Liverpool, mas madaling quote-unquote ma-shutdown since yung midfielders nila are not as good as ours. So, yung focus talaga is try to limit or with Fede, di ba, tinutulungan din ni Fede si Carvajal with Mane and Luis Diaz. So, we were able to contain them better. So, ayun. Yun naman, I think I was, ano ba yung, di ko alam sa inyo, pero but yung Atletico finals, yung two finals niya, mas medyo na-stress ako. If you remember,
With the penalties, yeah, that was stressful for sure.
Penalty
It went
shootout,
to
yeah.
penalties. Yeah.
So, with Gareth Bale, Ronaldo, parang playing on one leg na on both those, so, ayun.
Right. So yeah, coming from Albert, who was watching the game, who watched the game, and he couldn't scream because he has a baby at home. With me as well, same thing. My toddler and my wife are sleeping that time. When I go to Alan, who watched this with a Peña in LA, right, Alan? Can you share to us what was it like? Immortales?
Two words when Vinny scored. Beer showers. Beer showers.
Yeah.
People were throwing beer all over. It got pretty crazy. Yeah, it got pretty crazy. especially Vinicius scored. I mean, of course, he's having a great season. 21 goals, 20 assists. Wow, first
Yeah.
player to score 20 goals, 20 assists for Real Madrid. And for the first time in a very long time. I don't know. We might have to check that stat. But who was the last person to accomplish that feat? But yeah, it was good. I mean, just to comment on that Vinicius goal. Um, Liverpool, they are really known for their pressing. Like it was really evident in the first half that once we lost the ball, I mean once we had the ball in our own half, Liverpool would press us in our own half and they would win the ball again. And when they win the ball, it would like become another goal scoring opportunity. So I think that was everybody saw it in the first half, Liverpool's press. But in the second half and Vinny's goal, Real Madrid, I'm pretty sure Ancelotti talked to the team what to do when they get pressed again like that. And
Mhm.
Carlos Ancelotti, he's Italian, and what do Italians love in football? Counter attack. So just to build up before Vinicius' goal, you could see Modric being pressed by Robertson. Like
Mhm.
Robertson was already in our own half, still pressing Modric for no particular reason. Of course, that is one of um Jurgen's Klopp. That's his tactic. That's what his team has been doing for the past how many years in Liverpool, and not only Liverpool but also in Dortmund. But that's how his team plays. He'll have his defenders. I mean, I think in the second half you saw what's that defender named Konate, right?
Mate, yeah.
Konate, right? He was like pressing as well, and you know, and when he pressed, when he advanced the ball to our half, and when they lost the ball, I mean, we had like if it wasn't for Trent, we would have like two clear cut chances. You remember those interceptions that Trent made? I think he made a couple. Um,
Those were
but
big, yeah.
I mean, but looking just at the build up, Liverpool died from what they love doing, right? What their press killed them. Their press actually led to our goal. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy that this is not like something, this is not a lucky goal. This is something thought. This is something planned. This was something discussed during halftime. And yeah, this goal was because of Modric, just because of Ancelotti. It's because of the whole team. It was a really great team goal effort.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. They trained
Uh,
for that kind of situations. Yeah, go ahead.
just to piggyback on what Alan said, Konate was really a revelation for me. Um, he kept when we all thought Vinny got past him, he recovered really well and slid a great tackle a couple of times in that game. Also, uh, this is what happens din talaga when teams press Real Madrid. Remember during the La Decima, of course, any team would have been broken with the way Sergio Ramos scored
Yeah.
in the final, right? But they had no more legs to contain Di Maria in the extra time, right? He scored three more goals after that. Same thing
Yeah.
happened, I think, with well in for Chelsea. Also, they also ran out of gas um, during the return leg in the Bernabeu. Of course, Rodrigo's goal was also a backbreaker, but Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, they have been there, done that. Sabi nga, di ba? Uh, they know what to do. uh, they never panic. Yung talaga yung something that our midfield, those KCM has all these championship uh, Champions League years. So really happy that those three are still at, well, not at the peak, but they can still summon something close to their peak. And of course, again, they never panic, and they just play
They've been
smarter
there.
than
Yeah.
almost yeah, they play smarter than everyone. So buti hindi na tayo yung we force Kroos and Modric to press other players.
Yeah.
I think sino strategy nun dati. I forgot. So
The great thing
awful. Yeah.
the great thing about our team or this squad is that we have the perfect balance of experience and youth, right? And I think Ancelotti was perfect in with his management of this squad. I want to hear from Gian, I want to hear from Gian, who was just like our Real Madrid, who are champions. This is the only Copa Madrasa champion in tonight's show. Gian, you lifted the trophy, the Copa Madrasa trophy, so for sure you can relate to Real Madrid lifting the 14th.
To be honest, I think it's totally different because for my end, not speaking for the whole team, I wasn't expecting anything. I was in the Copa Madrasa to have fun, meet our members. So and then I don't have an idea on the skill level of my teammates. So I told my team that do what you know, and then play the position that you know, and then have fun. No injuries. That's the only thing that I said. And then I just deferred to the experienced players of my team. So that's my case. But on Real Madrid, they've been just like everyone here knows, they've been here. They know their role. They know what they are as a team, as an individual. So just like what the bird said, we're not a pressing team, so we know how to deal with this kind of tactics. And yep, that's just it.
Thanks, Gian. So yeah, we actually have a lot of things to talk about from the semis, the quarterfinals, our huge comebacks, and of course the players. We need to talk about each players as well, but we're gonna run out of time. It's not gonna be enough for one episode. So next week we're gonna be talking. We're gonna have this again, but it's going to be a recap of our season, right, Gian?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Unless you guys still have more takes about the final, just feel free to talk. I've run out of questions already. So
how about the road?
I think just to really put just another final take, that this final is really special because it's a what we call yeah, the different mix of different generations. Real Madrid, from Vinny, it's like a passing of the torch. This final is also like a passing of the torch from our old guard to the new guard. With Courtois as well, reminding us of what it feels like to have Iker Casillas on the goalpost. um, with Valverde um, telling us that I will be the new king of our midfield in the years to come after Modric and Cruz retires. With Kamavinga, Kamavinga is really a joy to watch, and he loves to play football. He really loves
yes.
how every time he goes inside on the pitch, he really makes an impact, and he's just enjoying. He's really just enjoying. You see his smile when he's playing. You see his smile, especially when he plays in Vinicius. Their smiles are infectious, and that is something that we are currently that we missed before the previous years. Even we won the Liga in 1920, even though we were close to win it last year. We missed that infectious joy, um, and we all know that we missed the legendary CR7. We missed a lot of players during those 3-peat run. But this final is a reminder for us that Madrid will be safe. The future of Real Madrid is in good hands. Um,
Yeah.
even though we didn't have Mbappe, it reminded us that it doesn't really matter because we have Vinny, we have Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo is still growing into his game, and he's a far more potent goal scorer.
Mhm.
Than the way I see it, he's a far more potent goal scorer than Vinicius. But he's still growing in his game, and Rodrigo is really one of our most clutch players, and Benzema is just pure masterclass, and he will be in the next few years. I think still a lot left to his stamp, and our future is safe with this team that we have. And of course, there will be a lot of players coming in. But this final proves that no matter who we sign, only the best players goes to Real Madrid.
Yes, sir. Future is bright, as they say. Yes, go ahead, AIDS.
Well, if I'm going to describe our entire European season, I think it's nothing short of magical because, the way our team played, the way we made those comebacks with a combination of youth and experience, as you said earlier. Um, you know, it's stuff of legend, especially our team
Sure.
that doesn't have any stars like we used to have in the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, and us getting that European trophy is gonna be talked about for the years to come.
Yes. Thanks, AIDS. And yes, go ahead, Attorney Albert.
Yes, just to piggyback on also the fact that KCM, I forgot if it was Ceballos or Fede who said that he couldn't sleep the day before the final. Then he saw Cruz, Casemiro, and Modric and others playing cards. On the day before the final shows them how this is just another game for them. Hopefully the
It's
next
just a formality.
yeah, they never panic, and they do their talking on the pitch. Lots of um talk coming out of Sala, Robertson with that. Ano yung parang had this Professor X cerebro on his head. Then Vinicius scored behind him. Uh, really, even though the Mbappe debacle may have we disjointed other teams, may have bothered other teams, but we're Real Madrid. We don't care about those stuff. We just win titles. So
Yeah.
doesn't matter if Mbappe is coming next year. Vinicius will have the left wing to himself. He will improve. He will be. I think at least he'll win at least one Ballon d'Or in the future, in my opinion. And maybe Hazard becomes. We get something out of Hazard next season. I don't know what position he'll be playing. Maybe a false nine or something like that. More central role. So well, Chouamini, I don't know if he's coming, but I think he will. That's the natural successor to Casemiro right there. So future's looking bright, and I'm so glad we won this title. Silence all the may doubters pa rin tayo, apparently, even after beating the absolute, I think, four most talented teams on paper in the world, diba? So,
Yeah.
Hala Madrid.
Ala Madrid. So yeah, that's one thing that we need to be talking as well in the coming weeks. Transfer talks. We're gonna dedicate a full episode for that. I believe Lem raised his hand earlier. Do you have any last
Nice.
words, Lem?
Yeah, I was very surprised that, I don't remember if Carlo used all our 5 subs. Okay.
No, we didn't.
I
3 subs lang.
was surprised na Carlo didn't use Hazard. I know Hazard has a goal as he's hungry for goal. I think, or maybe Bale, like it's like a swan song appearance. I think he can make a difference that time. And I think siguro si Isco or si Marcelo, I don't know, pero I think with this final, at least it is the sweetest swan song appearance for them, for the club. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, but I think Carlo Ancelotti never plays around in finals. You know, he does the things that what we really need to win. So yeah, any other takes, guys, before I wrap this up? All good, all good, all good, all good. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have another episode next week, which is going to be about a recap of our season, our wonderful season, 2021-2022 season, the magical season, as they say. And yeah, so yeah, all right. So that wraps up part 1 of this season ender episode. So I'll see you again for part 2 next weekend. Once again, this is Lawrence thanking you for tuning in to Madrid Talk PH. So guys, again, congratulations. A la Madrid una de más. Hasta el final.
La Madrid!
Vamos,
Madrid!
Real!
Vamos, Real.
A por la
Sweet.
pitik.